Any pressure at all?
I think that with George Kambosos, his game plan is he feel like it's pressure fighting at home and it's pressure like to please my fans. I can give a fuck about anybody. My job is to go out there and get the victory. Put on a master class. I'm not letting nobody trick me on my spot. I'm not letting no big moment trick me on the spot or whatever that me and George Kambosos trick me on my spot. However I gotta get the victory, I'm gonna get the victory.
Champ, a lot of Andres Gomez calling man boxing. A lot of people are comparing this fight stylistically to Kambosos with Devin. Do you feel this is a good opportunity for you to show the world, to prove to the world that you're better than Devin Haney with a performance over Kambosos?
I mean, he fought a Devin Haney that was, Devin was much younger, much not as mature in his career. I don't think that Devin really fought to a fight of that magnitude. And I feel like, both him and George Kambosos probably was different fighters at the time. George Kambosos probably had the best of his career at that time, and Devin was probably, approaching the best of Devin Haney at that time. So I think that I can't say I'm better than Devin Haney just off that performance. That's just something internal that I feel. So I think that we don't know. George Kambosos came off a big win before the Devin Haney win. He beat Lomachenko. It was talks of him not really being as focused, not being hungry in the gym. It's just a lot. So I just feel like I'm just levels above a lot of these guys. So it's just to prove that I got more in my arsenal than Devin Haney. I'm a better fighter than Devin Haney. So it's just like,
News on the AB Boxing News. From seeing the loss to Lomachenko, right? And you being a complete boxer puncher that you are, did you take anything away from that fight, like seeing Lomachenko forward, and when you show that you also have forward as well? You can see that you counterpunch, you display different skill sets.
This is a guy that was at 135 for a minute. He fought at 135 for a while. The weight could have been different. They fought for the IBF. I know personally with the IBF, if you don't really know how to do that, it can play a part. But like I said, George Kambosos showed different wrinkles. He showed he's been down to a body shot, been down to a headshot. Never showed I've been down to a body shot, headshot. So overall, I just think I'm just more of a fighter. I'm more gritty than him. So he's gonna have to come in here and try to show me something I've never experienced.
Saquon Jones with the Boxing Voice. I was in the crowd last Friday when you were yelling at Tio. You yelling at Tio sort of in that environment makes me believe that you really want that fight. But are you kind of overlooking George by yelling out for Tio while he's doing his post press conference?
I don't overlook nobody, especially at this top level with this much on the line, legacy, obviously being able to take care of my family and, try to secure my future. I don't overlook nobody because any slip up could take it all away from me, and I have to start back and try to get a big fight. So I don't overlook nobody. George Kambosos is a man with nothing to lose. He's a man that's coming to, spoil the party, and he's done it before. He took away guys' big paydays before. So I'm not overlooking George Kambosos, but Teofimo is a fight that I do want. I think that for me, looking as a boxing fan, I think me and Teofimo is a fight that would make boxing lit. Like, it's two young guys, some New York champion. It's like, that's lit. Like, that's a fight. That's a fun fight. That's like what the sport needs. I think he's trying to go up to fight Boots Ennis, but it makes sense as far as name, but it's not. The realistic of it is like Boots is way bigger. He's on the way out of a weight class. Teofimo ain't really like been at 140 for too long. He's a smaller guy. Like, I think this is a fight where it's like the matchup would be even. You know what I'm saying? Both guys on 140, and it makes sense.
Two Brooklyn boys.
Right.
And speaking of that, you did say earlier in the interview that you don't really care what people think, but there's only basically 3 world-class, New York fighters: you, Shushu, and Edgar. I mean, that can't be all the way true. You gotta wanna impress the New York fans. You gotta care what they think. I've interviewed you a couple of times. The admiration to be in this sport is highly important for most boxers. You want to sort of correct that a little bit, or you really don't?
I don't got impressed. I impressed my city already. I brought the championship back.
All right.
No fighter have done it in the past 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive in its own. So every time in this generation of fighters coming up, every time a fighter stepped foot at Madison Square Garden, they wasn't representing the city as a world champion. There's no shade to no fighter. It's just that I'm the fighter that went out there and put in the work and earned it the hard way. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't given to me. So I stand on that loud and proud. I feel like I represented the city. When I went out and fought for the title, and I said I'm bringing it back. I brought it back. I brought the championship back. So I think that in its own is already impressing everybody. It's just time to celebrate now, and we party together June 14th. It's time for for New York to come in the building and see what whoever wasn't watching, whoever wasn't supporting. Now I guess they'll be there supporting now. So, you know.
Africa.
Hey, Richard.
Speaking of Edgar Berlanga, he's going back and forth with Shakur Stevenson. He's saying he's the king of New York, but I thought you were the king of New York. So who's the king of New York?
I mean, I don't want to like. We all young. I want Edgar to say that it's lit. Let's compete. We men. That's what we're supposed to do. It's a beautiful time. We come from nothing. Me and Edgar was just both staying at what projects was that? Baruch projects and Lower East Side together. I used to be playing the game on the headset with him. Like, yo, I'm about to go to Chop Cheese. He's like, yo, give me one, bro. I'm gonna meet you downstairs. So now we at a point in our career, we're at the top level. And so it's fun. He the king of the city. He believe that I'm the king of my city. So this is the time we go back and forth with that. So it's dope. Like, I don't take that personal. I know he don't take that personal. It's all about, we're gonna keep saying we the king of the city till the people say it. Like, who's really the king of the city? So, you know.
And Richardson, Jay with Sportbox TV official. And on that topic, who do you think should be main event since Berlanga and Shakur are going back and forth?
It's not about who should be main event. It is what it is. You know, you can't stop what people want to do with their promotional ring magazine. I don't know, whatever they want to do. They want to make Edgar the main event. They want to make Shakur the main event. It really don't matter. I don't care about who's the main event. I'm gonna be there supporting both fighters.
Okay, and as far as back to Tio and last weekend, what did you see in his arsenal that you would be able to capitalize on?
But I see his arsenal. He's a good fighter. Tio's a special fighter. You know what I'm saying? When I look at Teofimo, you see like he's a very good fighter. Make a lot of mistakes though. Showboats a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's a guy that it seems like his corner sends him out there with his talent more than with strategy and intuitiveness. You know, it's more of a like I think they said that he looked so great versus Barboza, but I really don't think Barboza was taking a lot of punishment that fight. It wasn't like a dominant performance. I just think he was doing more in every round. You could tell he was the better fighter every round. And I watched the fight over and over and over. So, yeah.
And as far as the rest of the landscape at 140, let's say hypothetically you can't get Teofimo, between Puello and Gary Antoine Russell, who do you think will give you a tougher fight?
Both fighters are tough. Both fighters are different styles. Gary, obviously, me and him have history. He beat me before in the amateurs. Puello, I never fought him. But at this level, every fight is hard. So I'm not here to say who will be harder, who will not be harder. It don't matter what I say. It's just they're at the top level for a reason.
Richardson, when you had the conversation with your team, I mean, was there a strategic reason as to why you took the fight with Kambosos? Because a lot of people argue, look, it's a low reward, high risk fight. If it doesn't go your way, obviously, it's damaging to your career. But if you don't dominate, people are going to critique you and this and that because of the level of Kambosos, as what you said. Was there a strategic reason as to taking this fight?
I mean, he's a guy. How can they criticize me? Find former undisputed champion, a guy that beat Teofimo Lopez. We couldn't get Teofimo Lopez, so I got the guy that beat Teofimo Lopez. So people just don't know about boxing. People just, you know, they try to downplay Kambosos. But I could call him a bum because I could step up there and fight. I could say that because I'm in the gym. I'm doing these sparring. I could call a fighter a bum. But people that don't know about boxing that just coming to watch, he's the guy that beat the guy that they praised, which is Teofimo. So I think that as long as I get it done, it don't matter. Like, this guy, he's at the top level for a reason. He made millions in the sport for a reason.
Richardson, Kayla Rivera. So you've accomplished a lot. You know, you're the champ. Like you mentioned, you beat the guy that beat that guy. Tell me, do you feel that in the boxing world respects your skill level the way it should? And do you think that your fight with Kambosos is gonna set you, you know, on top?
Those who know me know what's in front of them. You know, like the beautiful lady right here. She been in the gym in Colorado. She watched me spar. She see me in the ring with Terrence. She see me in the ring with Terrence Crawford and Shakur. So there's certain people that watch and they know, like, you could have seen from years ago, he's going places. Like, he has a future. So people that don't know, they don't know what they're watching. And I've been trying to tell. That's why I keep trying to tell the world, like, I'm on that level. Like, I was screaming over and over. I'm on that level. Like, I'm at a high level of the sport. Like, why? My patience in the ring, my decision making, the things I do in the ring. You can tell I've been around and grown up around a lot of fights, and a lot of that is thanks to Shakur Stevenson. Being in the ring with that kid since a young kid, having to think, make adjustments every sparring session, it rose my game to a whole different level. You know, so I think a lot of the boxing world don't talk about me like they talk about the Keyshawn's and the Boots Ennis and this. They kind of say he's good, but they don't highlight it. And I feel like I beat a lot of top level competition. I think out of the fighters that's not on there yet, like the young fighters like Teofimo and the Devin Haney's, the fighters that's like, I think like me, Keyshawn and Boots is kind of right under that. I feel like I have the best resume, and I feel like that's just what it is.
Last question, guys.
Interesting. AB Boxing News, like as you mentioned that, you know, you and Jim's and you're working, he's working with Bud Crawford, who's in Colorado, you just mentioned. Do you think your reputation in the gym and the good work that you put in the gym carries into the boxing world with you, you know, fighters maybe avoiding you or, you know, maybe not trying to fight you, just in general?
Alright, and let me clear what I just said. When I said I got the best resume, I'm not saying these guys haven't went out there before and put on better performances than me with what they did or what they be. I'm just saying I feel like I fought top competition for as much fights I have right now. But I'm sorry, ask that question again.
You know, that you mentioned that you're in the gym, you put in work, you saw guys like Bud Crawford, Keyshawn Davis, different elite fighters of today. Do you feel like your reputation and the good work that you put in the gym for those who have saw you in the gym, you think that carries into the fight world with fighters that may not want to fight you or maybe avoid you?
Nah, I don't think fighters avoiding me because they don't believe it. They ain't gonna believe it till the fighters still look at me like he's like it's something soft about him. Or they talk like it's something like I don't know. Like whenever I get in front of these guys, like even when I was here in the Imperial at the last fight, he was talking as if like like do he really know what's in front of him or like? But he give me vibes. He's training, but the way he's talking is like the respect wasn't there. Like, and I was just like, you gotta know what's in front of you. I think George, he knows what's in front of him. After doing that face off and talking to him, like I'm reading him, he know the type of level I am. He know what type of fighter that he's in front of. But I don't think fighters are avoiding me because of that.
One more, before you go, you're a pretty big guy, especially for this weight. Can you just walk the audience, generally how you lose weight, what's your meal plan, how do you get down? Because I've seen you before, you walk around probably about 180.
Yeah.
Not 160, maybe like 160, right?
No, I mean,
you still gotta get down.
Yeah, I mean,
Just walk through
I
your
still
diet
lose
and
weight,
everything
yeah.
else like that, you know, just to give some inspiration for some fellas. There's a lot of overweight reporters who talk about the sport. So, you know, give them some inputs.
I don't think that you know, it's not really hard for me to lose weight because I stay in the gym.
Okay.
I stay dedicated to my craft. And it's all about hard work. You know, just putting in the work. I train relentlessly in the gym. You know, I'm a guy that I train very, very, very hard. So the weight ain't really hard for me. The rounds of sparring, the miles I'm putting in the roll, the rounds I'm hitting the bag for, how long I'm hitting the bag for. So it's not really hard. Only time it's really hard to lose weight is when I'm training somewhere cold. When the gym is like cold, it's hard for me to get weight off. But like if the weather is nice, like it's easy. My weight come off easy. So it ain't nothing like it ain't a science to what I do. I still eat good. I still snack, eat chips.
What do you eat when you're in camp?
I just have my chef cook. I eat whatever I want: lamb chop, steak, chicken, fish, quinoa, rice, brown rice, white rice, whatever. But he just cook it a certain way with a certain salt that it ain't putting that much weight. But I don't starve myself. Weight ain't hard. I don't feel like I'm in the need to 147. But obviously the time is near. I do want to feel. I want to say comfortable, but I want to feel like, you know, like weight ain't like a goal for me. Weight is still a goal to make for a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Africa, we haven't had nothing dominant out the city in a long time. You the one?
Of course I'm the one that brought the championship back. I feel like people say I'm out of one. Bringing the championship back in boxing, that's something every fighter dream of. You know what I'm saying? Climbing through the ring. So I just feel like I am the one. It's like, damn, you win a championship, you still got to prove yourself. Like, you win another championship, you still got to prove yourself. And it's just like, it is what it is. I understand. Like Andre Ward said, you do it once, do it again. Do it again. Do it again. So it is what it is.
Last question right here, then we'll wrap
Hey,
up.
Richardson, Jay with Sportbox TV. So just wanted to ask you about a statement that Rolly Romero recently said about boxers being overpaid and how he feels that it's messing up the sport because some boxers are just there to survive because they already know that they're going to have another paycheck after because another fight is set up. What's your take on that, and how do you feel about Rolly's statement?
I mean, I get it. I get what he's trying to say, but I can't say that. He's saying like fighters ain't fighting as hard. I think that's something to make a motherfucker fight hard if you know that check he win is gonna be life-changing money or hefty money for him and his family. So he's saying fighters ain't fighting hard or they're not giving their all. I feel like I get what he's saying because it can be like, oh, this guy's just going through the motions and getting ready and just trying to, you know, get a victory. I get it, but it's still, I can also see a fighter waking up. But I get what Rolly is saying. I think that fighters nowadays are like looking at they're at a certain level and the hunger is not there. And that's just what it is. It happens in the sport over and over, time after time. You get to a certain level and it's hard to keep up. What comes the temptations will come with being a champion and what comes with the money and the fame. So I think those are the most obstacles that any champion in boxing have to like reach to. So boxing just have to be something you're passionate about and love, and competing has to be something you're passionate about. So that's what it boils down to. It's really just the fighters, you know?
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.